guys, so we are out in the cut flower garden, and last week in the video I had asked you to comment on what I should put in the back as a focal point in between the parterre new cut flower garden. And you guys delivered. You gave me all kinds of great ideas, so thank you so much for all of you that took the time to put a comment in there and give me your ideas. So what I thought I would do is, I think it's going to take me a while to find the exact thing that I want to put back there. So in the meantime, to give me more of a visual of what different items would look like, I'm going to take stuff that is already in my garden and try it out here and show it to you, and then I need you to vote on it. Let me know below what you like, and if there's certain combinations you like of items or standalone items. I first tried the bistro set. So I took the bistro set out of the back garden, put it back here. Now, originally I was thinking maybe a wooden bistro set, but now looking at it, I kind of think if I put a wooden one, it would be too much wood. Between the fence and the raised beds, maybe it would look too much of a wood color. The white, I think, kind of just blends in though. So if I did go with a bistro set, I would probably do metal and a pop of color. I'm thinking maybe that more of that French green, French blue, or I don't know. What do you think? Do you like the bistro set there? And would the bistro set look better with something behind it? A piece of statuary, a planter. So this is option one. Here I've added a bench. This is an existing bench I already have. It's metal and more modern than cottagey, but just to give us an idea of what having a bench out here would look like. Here's look 3, and that is just one of my urns without the base. So that's how it looks without the base. Now let's try it with the base. So here is the pedestal added onto the urn, and I've added the bench back in front of the pedestal and urn to see what that combination looks like. And there's just having the bird bath by itself. Guys, we are on our way. We are going to have a great day today. It is beautiful out here in Illinois in Garden Zone 5. So what we are going to do today, I would like to go to some plant places and check out their plants, because I cannot believe it. It is July 1st. We are already into July. Like, where did June go? Did it go fast for you too? I just can't believe how fast the summer's going already. So I'd like to do that, but first I'm gonna go to a concrete statuary place. This is called Nick's Landscaping, I think. I'd have to check. I know he does landscaping, but he also has statuary. Look at this gate. Isn't that cool? That would look very nice, huh? Over the top for the cut flower garden. Okay, so he does have a bunch of benches, and some of them are engraved on the tops of them. And he does have birds here too, like ostriches and different birds out and about. So you might hear birds in the background. Okay, here's some bird baths. Oh, here's a cute little table. So there's a pretty butterfly bird bath. It's pretty tiny though. And it looks like, let's see, the price on it, $120. He does have a quite a selection. I'm not, this must just be like a tall bird bath. That's the hat with the, that's different. And of course we have some dogs. And some smaller bird baths in the back, $99 for those short ones. Oh, there's a rabbit. They've got some rabbit statues. Let's see what his price on it. It looks like $38 for, he's got 2 rabbits left. And these, like I mentioned, I think I said already, these are all concrete, so they would be heavy. We've got eagles, a big rabbit, okay, and then we've got the lions over there, dogs, a huge turtle. We've got statues of David with different rustic looking trellises. There's the first one's very rustic. The middle trellis is more, it's more of a bronzy, and then we've got the white arched trellis over there that's more of that rusty look. I do like the, oh, back by the lawnmower right there, turkeys. I do like these little metal wire baskets for flower planters. There's 2 of them, and boy, are they talkers. Okay, and let's see what else. Now this is pretty over here. I like this walkway. And then there's a swing too that has kind of the same cutout in it, design. Back up underneath of his building, we've got little tiny chairs that are planters. Some little angels. It looks like a lot of stepping stones down here, different types of stepping stones. That's a pretty settee. Let me back up. Out of metal. And this is $280 for this one. And then we've got a rocking one here. So that has rockers on it. And the rocking one is $290. Okay, here is a huge concrete tiered fountain. It says $1,000 on it. It's similar to mine with the top part. I think it says it, yeah, it's $999, but made out of concrete. Boy, can you imagine how heavy that would be? Shoo! And this one's a smaller version, a little bit. It's also 3-tier, but it's smaller and it's $850. Okay, and here's a smaller fountain. That's a nice size for a back garden. How much is that? $699. Okay, so I like these big planters. Do you see how huge they are? I don't even know if I can give you a perspective, but let's go up to them and see how, okay, they come all the way up to my hip. So I would say a good, I'm 5'9", so they're tall. Okay, they're $557 a piece, and there's 2 of them. That would take a lot of dirt. Oh, but boy, do I like them. They're pretty. Oh, there's a huge spear. Look at that on a base. 320. Boy, that's massive though on that base. I do like those urns though over there. There, now I'm backed up. Maybe you can see how big they are compared to that bush next to the bush. So they're pretty big. Okay, that was a bust. So I went to the first little plant store and they are already closed for the season. So I don't know if like June 30th, which would have been yesterday, was their last day. They had a closed sign up. They still had plants outside. It didn't look like a whole bunch. but they are now closed. So there was a resale charity shop that is in a new location, and I've never been to it before, so I thought I would stop by there because it's in the same area as the little plant place I was going to go to. So I drove down to the new location, and like I said, I've never been to that charity shop. It wasn't open either. On to the next place. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so this is the grocery store that I had got my scrolly trellises at. So they have some unique stuff here. Like, look at this little spear on the stand, or we've got this taller plant stand. Now this little spear, let's see how much it is. And the double tier, it looks like it says 515. So let's take a walk around here. So here's some little chairs. Now this heart chair was what we just seen at the other place. It's $38, the planter chair. And then this little chair is also $38, which kind of looks like my little chair that I got thrifting, my little bistro chair. It's about the same size. Okay, now here is the spear, if you like the spear on a stick, just to stick in the ground, and they're $20. And they do have a little bit of statuary. So a turtle, some turkeys, a rooster, some owls. So not a whole lot of statuary. They had these, I thought these were kind of cute. A bird feeder on a stick, and it's $32. Right now they're 2 for $9. So they're the 4-inch pots, and they're the perennials, and I like them because they're just such a nice size to plant. And also you don't have a lot invested, so that if you decide after you've had it for a while, it either doesn't work or you don't like it or whatever, you don't feel too bad. So this is the way that I like to try out a lot of my perennials, that if I want to try something unique. There's a pretty black-eyed Susan, Prairie Sun. Very fall looking. We've got proven winners, 1 gallons. So for $13.99. Okay, so they have a daylily, Rainbow Rhythm. That's a pretty color, guys. If you like daylilies, that would be pretty. Got some real pretty heuchera. Corabelles, also known as. Now those take mostly shade, so I don't have, I don't think I have any anymore because I don't have much shade. Some more heucheras. What do we have here? Cream Puff Daisies. And that one has a fly on it, so we'll switch it. That's a pretty one. That's not Proven Winners, that's the Premium Choice brand. Okay, so what is this? This is Back to the Fuchsia Salvia, and there is the color of that. That's pretty. And is that, yeah, and it is a perennial. It's not their annual. More pinks. This is called Fruit Punch Black Cherry Frost. Meant to Be Queen Nectar. Now this is Agastache. I bought this last year in the Meant to Be pink raspberry color, and it's by underneath my garden house windows, and it looks fabulous. It's very, very, very pretty. Okay, and then they have the Pop Star hydrangeas, the endless summer hydrangeas, in that pink and the blue, and they're $49.99. So that's that pretty, pretty pink. And then this is more of that blue. So we have some pretty red bee balm. Look how bright and vibrant that bee balm is. That's really pretty. And then I like this Corbels too, Caramel Apple. That's a pretty color. That very fall. As I was leaving, I did see on their sign that everything off at the garden center, all of their decor and their furniture, and also their plants were 25% off. Okay guys, we took a little detour. I stopped by our son's house. He just had a ton of work done to his house. He bought his house 2 years ago, and it had some storm damage done to it over the winter time. So it just got a new roof and new siding that he had picked out, and all of that was done. Now there wasn't any landscaping per se up front. When he bought the house, there was a couple of straggly hosta plants. So him and I went plant shopping 2 or 3 weeks ago and picked out he's got a little area, 5 foot by 12 foot, that's in front of his house. We needed it to be pretty low maintenance because he didn't want a lot of upkeep to do on it. So we picked out some plants. He was with me and I showed him the plants, and then I had him walk around Lowe's and pick out things that he liked too. So we landed on a creme brulee pointillia. I think I'm saying that right. I have one of them in my backyard that just flowers and flowers and flowers, and we thought it would look really nice with his new siding. His old siding, if I have a picture, I'll put it up there of what his house looked like previously and now what it looks like. But he went with, it's called mist green. So it's a real light pale green. So we thought the cream color of the flowers would look nice. And then we did 2 Bobo hydrangeas. And if you recall, those are panicles and they get about 3 foot tall. So they'll stay low. What we did not factor in is probably a half a block down the road, because he is in town and has a small town yard. There is a line of trees. I wouldn't call it woods. I'd just call it a line of thick trees. They have deer. So when we were up planting the shrubs that night, we walked around to his backyard and there was a deer standing on the outside of his chain link fence, eating some stuff along the chain link fence. It didn't even occur to me. He called me a couple days after we had planted them, and he's like, Mom, I don't know. Do you think rabbits would eat all the buds off of the hydrangeas? So I Googled it because I did not know. They say it's deer, and I didn't even put 2 and 2 because we have deer out where we are, but not like deer coming up like some of you do and they like totally wipe out your plants. I have more rabbit issues. I don't have deer issues. So I told him I would stop up and take a look, and so that's what we're here to do, is let's go take a look at his plants. So yep, look at that, guys. He's got bunches of places where they have, I would say, a deer has came and just ate all of the flowers off of his bobos, but they look really good. So we brought up a soaker hose for him. He has no water outlet in the front of his house, so we ran the hose from the back of the house and then attached the soaker hose to keep it low maintenance for him. Here, I told him I could order some deer netting for these, because that's when I researched it, that's what they suggested, is to cover them with deer netting, because they totally ate all the buds off. But I wanted to see the damage, and the more I thought about it this morning, since we just planted these up 2 weeks ago, I'm almost thinking, I wonder if it would be better to take out the bobos and put in something else, and I could take the bobos and plant them out at my house since I don't have the deer issue. Because I wanted something low maintenance for him, and I don't think he wants to struggle with this every year if he's going to have deer pressure up here. So I'll have to talk to him about it and ask him what he would like to do. Isaac and I went to Lowe's and picked up some edging, and he's installing the edging right now. And then he picked out black mulch to put down around the plants, and they were running a special on it, 3 for $10. And then for the deer issue, because like I showed you, he does have deer pressure up here that we didn't realize, and he's okay. I asked him if we wanted to trade out the shrubs and get something else in place of the 2 hydrangeas, and because the deer is not bothering the creme brulee in the middle, it's just the hydrangea buds. And he said no, he's fine with it. And they look really healthy other than they're missing the buds. So we're gonna go ahead and leave them. And I did find Lowe's did have some kind of deer thing we're gonna try that's supposed to be sent. Let me show you. Okay, so I picked up these deer off deer repellent, which is a sensor. It has a smell in it that's supposed to keep the deer away. So we'll try that and see if it works. It was relatively inexpensive, and there's multiples in there, and they show a picture of it where they just put it right next to the plant, and it gives off a scent that the deer don't like. And if that doesn't work, we can do the deer netting. It's just not gonna be, if we do deer netting, it won't be as attractive to put deer netting over it, so I'd rather not do it. And the deers aren't eating the actual leaves, they're just liking the flower buds. And it could be that it's just this year and he won't have one next year, because we have seen the one deer, but only the one deer. Well, we made quick work of it, and it looks really nice with the new black mulch. And there's Cheeto in the window. She supervised us as we were putting out the mulch, and also he did the edging around it. We re-looped the soaker hose, and so he's turned that on to give him some hydration. And we also put the little deer stakes in the ground that are supposed to be scented to keep the deer away. We'll see how well those do. Well, thanks for hanging out with me as we went concrete statue hunting, we went plant shopping, we hung out at my son's house, met his cat, and also worked on the cut flower garden focal point. And thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Have a great week, guys, and I will see you in the next video.